Hello, this is Joanna Joanna the Medium. Thank you so much for coming back. These are going to be readings for July 2016. Right away, what I want to say is that I have been recording these readings at the end of June, and it has been like pulling teeth. Some of them I've had to record several times. Some of them they kind of stopped. It just the energies were completely off. So hopefully it'll not translate negatively into the readings. I don't feel so because when I finally got them out, the flow was there. But I don't know about you guys, but the end of June energetically felt really off, and it still feels that way because I'm still as I'm talking to you right now, it's June 30th, so I am recording this at the end of June. Every single reading that I've done, pretty much, for the month of July seems to have a component of changes coming up. Now, these are not bad changes, but there is a definite feeling of transformation that will be taking place in the next 4 to 6 weeks. And this is pretty much with most of them, if not all of the readings that I recorded from my memory. So that's something to keep in mind. It doesn't mean that it's going to be bad, but there's definitely a lot of changes on a deep level for pretty much every one of you that this will resonate with. Okay, let me just see if there's any more information. Of course, these readings are general, so if this reading doesn't make sense to you, you can listen to your sun sign or your rising sign, as some of them will offer a greater picture, a more complete picture. And of course, if it doesn't make sense to you this month, then maybe it's not the right reading for you. As always, I love your comments. I read every single one of them. I respond to as much of these as I can. But time-wise, it's simply not feasible for me to do this. I also try to respond to all the emails I get, but I get so many emails every day. It's pretty much impossible at a certain point to get back to all of you. But I want you to know I truly appreciate your feedback, and I do read every single one. And I believe for all of you who have emailed me, I have emailed you back within few days. Of course, if you would like a private reading, you can reach me at the information below. Also, keep in mind, I do give free readings every other Sunday for 2 hours during a live radio broadcast with another medium or whoever happens to be with me. So if you are looking for a little short reading or just don't want to have a full reading, feel free to contact me that way, and that information is provided down below. Approaching August readings, I will be away towards the very end of July, so just FYI, August readings might be a few days late. I just don't think I'm going to have enough time to record them all before after I come back and before August starts. So I know a lot of you email me asking where are the videos for the month. So just FYI, it may be a few days late. I will try my best to make it as quickly as possible, but I also don't want to rush through it too much, because then it's not really giving a lot of value if it's just rushed. I want to do it properly. For those of you who have emailed me and who scheduled with me for private readings, I thank you so much. It has been an incredible journey up until this point, and it's something that I have not foreseen at all. And what I'm planning on doing as a thank you for all of you is, when I reach 10,000 subscribers, and I'm about 8 right now, I will do a special on my readings for limited time. So keep watching for that, and we'll go from there. So enough talking, and without further ado, let's start with the readings. I will see you soon. Thank you. Hello and welcome back. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Libra, for your rising sign, your moon sign, and your sun sign. Let's start off. I just want to tune in and see if there's any messages that Spirit wants to go forth with, start with, before I turn the cards over. So just give me 1 second. I want to see if there's anybody or anything. I hear the word obstacles, and then I'm being shown a vision of looking at a vast ocean, and this is an ocean of possibilities. And the feeling is very much about looking at the ocean, which represents endless possibilities, but you are still in the position of looking at it from a distance while you are gaining your perspective. And as I tune more into this vision, I have this obstacle sitting right next to you. Whatever the obstacle represents, I hear the word health. So for some of you, this is going to be health related. But as you look at the vast ocean of possibilities, there is a sense of, I hear the word trepidation, and I also hear the words, what if? What if? So there is definitely a sense of an instability, a sense of unsureness, and a sense of wavering with regards to your next step or your next focus point. He's saying to me that he wants you to be reminded that every step you take can be deliberate, or it can be chaotic, meaning you have a choice how you respond to your current situation or your obstacle. It could be with it's either with deliberate intention or with chaos that is surrounded by fear. And then he says to me that the words choices and decisions / obstacles. So let's see what the cards show, but there's definitely a sense of you facing something that is in front of you, a potentially an obstacle or a challenge, which you might feel is hard or difficult to overcome, or you don't know how to overcome. So let's flip the cards. The first card represents your present situation. And we have the card called Positive Movement Forward. This is the earth element. This is a suit of pentacles in the traditional tarot deck. It is a very powerful card. However, it was shown to me in reverse. So there's definitely some situation in front of you that is either causing stagnation in your life, you feel stagnant because of it, or the circumstances are such that you are not sure which way to go, and I hear you are deliberately looking for a way out, which can also be represented by the vast ocean of possibilities. There is a change that you are contemplating. However, it is not without some heavy decisions that you have to look at. In other words, again, he says the word change is inevitable. I think July is a strange month, to be honest with you. Mind you, I am recording this at the very end of June. End of June, June 27th. And maybe it's June energies, but many readings that I did for different signs for the month of July, there is a lot of there's a lot of endings and a lot of culminations of situation, and I feel like August and past August is filled with possibilities. But for many of you, you are sitting on what I would call crossroads. And though crossroads can be good because they force us to change direction for the better, they also do feel unstable and confusing a lot of times. So that's where you are right now. There's an obstacle. I don't know if this is to do with a job. Actually, I hear job and relationships. So for some of you it's one, some of you it's the other. I hope it's not both for you, because that would be a lot. But there is definitely endings here. Now, the next card represents actions that you might want to take during this situation. We have the card called Rejoice and Celebrate, and this is an emotional card. It's a suit of cups. It is to do obviously with emotions, and he's saying to me, look at this obstacle as a sign of what's to come in a good way. In other words, don't look at it as endings, even though they are endings, but don't look at it as endings of a good thing. Look at it as endings of something that no longer serves you, which is to be celebrated. And for the most part, when we are looking at endings or obstacles or decisions that we have to make, and I do sense there's some decisions that you have to make, and they're heavy decisions, they're substantial. Choose to look at it as a source of celebration, as a sign of celebration, rather than the difficulties that you are facing right now. Let me just see if we can put it in a different way to you. He says, go with the flow. Don't let the heavy emotions overrun you or overrule you or overtake you. Try your best to see this as something positive down the road / a blessing in disguise. So that's what your advice is as far as what you should do or how you should deal with the situation. The next card is obstacles and challenges that you will face. Well, you are already facing an obstacle, but let's see what this says. We have the card called Power. Again, this is number 8. So the first card is number 8. It was in reverse. And this is again number 8. This is, for me personally, probably one of the most beautiful cards in the deck. It is a quiet power, not ego-based power, but this quiet power within. But it is shown to me in reverse, and because it's also a major arcana card, it does indicate what will be happening within you. And what this is saying to me is that for the next little while, and I want to say 2, whether it's 2 weeks or 2 months, you are going to feel, or there's a potential for you to feel deflated. And that is the word I'm hearing. When and if this happens, I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen, but when or if it happens, allow yourself to go through the motions and emotions, and soon that feeling will dissipate. What I'm being shown is that feeling powerless or lack of power is something that's going to be momentary, yeah, not short-lived, in comparison to the whole situation here. Now, he's also saying to me, you cannot see the full picture yet, which is why things seem so scary, and which is why you will feel potentially deflated. He's also saying to me, you might feel like you have no hope, but rest assured that feeling will move past It'll move. So just go through it. Try your best not to analyze it. Try your best not to question yourself. Try your best not to tear yourself apart. Just remind yourself, this is something that I'm going to move through day by day, and just move through it, surrender the situation, and before you know it, you will come through it and on the other side. Again, I'm hearing the word August. This is the second reading that I hear. Things in August will be different, more positive, or you will feel more positive. So watch how you feel about yourself. Watch your power. Next card represents the outcome or the future. Outcome actually is a nicer word. So what is awaiting you based on what's happening right now? The card is called Moving On. This is a mental card, but it's shown to me in reverse. So I'm going to ask him what this means, because this is the outcome. There's a potential for you to feel stuck mentally here. And perhaps because you're not going to feel very good about yourself, or perhaps you feel your power is being questioned, or you are questioning your own power. And there might be a possibility for you to get stuck in that feeling. What you're being asked to do is, don't overanalyze it. Just try your best to, again, move through it. Your mind is going to be quite active over the next few weeks or couple of months. I'm hearing the word fears will come up. So whatever you're going through right now is going to trigger a lot of fears, which would make sense why your power would feel undermined, or you would feel not as powerful as you normally would. But please remember, this is a phase you're going through. This is not an indication of what will be. Very, very important for you to know. And he's asking me to stop with this card because I don't want to make it seem like it's heavy. It's not. You are going through a transition. There's no question about it. Again, I'm seeing the number 9. To me, 9 is culminations. Endings, and in order for new things to start, certain things have to end, and you are going through a transition. Now, let's look at the next card, which is, how will this affect you? Perfect. Look at this. Card number 9. This is number 9. This is to do with your emotions. It says fulfillment of wishes. So at the end of the day, even though this may feel heavy at times, and you may feel like you just want to stick your head in the sand and not have anything to do with the world, at the end of the day, this is a very, very positive outcome. This is, in the month of August, I feel you will have a better clarity, or you will have a better feeling about where you are right now. He's also asking you to remember where you come from, your roots. I don't know what that means to you. I don't want to interpret. But it's very important for you to remember where you come from. And when I say this, I feel whatever that means, or whatever the roots are, that's going to remind you of your strength. Perhaps for some of you, you have come through already very challenging situations in the past. Perhaps for some of you, you have already undergone tremendous transformations in your past. And perhaps you're being asked to look at that and remind yourself that you have gone through something much, much worse before. And you did. And you came out of it on the other side, okay. Not unscathed for the most part, but okay. Just keep reminding yourself this. This is a beautiful card, absolutely beautiful. Now, what happened was, when I was shuffling the cards and letting them out, there was a 6th card that was kind of poking itself out. And I thought, okay, I guess this card also needs to come out. So I'm going to see what this card is. The card is called Rest and Rejuvenate. It is card number 4. So this is going to be an additional advice for you. This card was shown to me in reverse, which tells me that you're restless, or you will be restless in your mind. And the advice for you, particularly with this card, an extra card, is to make sure you pay attention to your thoughts. Thoughts can make us or break us. Thoughts, for the most part, are automatic, and we don't even realize we're thinking it. Thoughts, for the most part, are also part of our conditioning system, so it's like we're robots. We just react. When you pay attention to your mind and to your thinking, you then have the ability to consciously change your thought process. When you consciously change your thought process, you can change it in a way that it makes you feel good as opposed to feeling not so good. And I do believe what he's trying to say here is that throughout this period of you going through these transitions, you will have a lot of mental stuff going on that will not perhaps make you feel the best. So please, please, please pay attention, because remember, the outcome is beautiful. You just have to get through it in a way that is most, or at least as little confusing as possible. And that is paying attention to what you're thinking, changing your patterns of thinking, and concentrating more on what you wish for yourself, on a positive outcomes. And with that, I'm going to stop. So I hope this made sense to you. Of course, it doesn't make any sense to me. I would love your comments. I love your comments. So please let me know if this makes any sense. And of course, this is, if one sign doesn't make sense to you, listen to the other signs. Obviously, if you want a private reading, you can contact me with the information below. If you would like a free private reading or free reading, I do them online live every other Sunday on a radio station that is provided. The information is provided down below. So if you feel you cannot afford a reading, or just simply don't want a full reading, you can call in and get yourself a free reading every other weekend. And make sure you say hello. Until August, I wish you best of luck. Try not to worry so much, and take care of yourself. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.